need their parent, particularly to practice love. Do what we can to help share more about your love and more about you to all the little children and the student club leaders. So Lord, we thank you for something. Amen.
We are about to start it, and I would like to start with the introduction, and thank you to all the people who was in charge. And I'll start with the director. So here's the director, Hyun-jung. And so first team, we have a great team. Can you write? Unfortunately, but he really helps us a lot to give us advice and this is very experienced. And I'm a teaching I'm a in the registration team. And we have Go Hyun-jang and Michael. Yeah, she's I don't know if she's here today. No, okay, but and so we have Pastor back. Thank you so much, and we have Abby for. Okay, so okay. And the last speaker is Pastor Song. During VBS, so if you have any questions and if you need some like support from them, please reach out to them. Okay. No, you do that. Yes. So basically we have Sophia, our worship Abby, and Tracy, and our prayer team, and nursery, we have Andrea. Iris today? No? Okay, sorry. Okay, we have Iris. And I actually need your help. So, as you can see, for slideshow, we usually show video clip at the last day. And we like to appreciate what we did, and we kind of turn on all the pictures together, all the pictures, and then show all the video clips on that day. But unfortunately, we don't have this kind of work. So if you want to volunteer, please reach out to the director John or me so that you can see the video clip. And photography will be taken care of volunteers in each team and parking team. All the pastors, can you write? So many things to do. You could see a parking line that was actually drawn yesterday. So please, if you see him, say thank you to him. So this year we have like 6 churches involved, all Korean churches, and some of the good opportunity for us to sort of be united as a like Korean community and like a community, I should say. So it's all glory to God. It's all things to Jesus. Okay, today's schedule is this. So you already volunteered. You already checked in. The training will start from 5:30 to 6, and then we're going to have dinner, and then at the same time, maybe or after dinner, you're going to have a meeting with your own team. So if you know your team, if you don't know your team, please see your name tag. And there is a very at the top, the name of the team is listed there. And then if you don't know where you are, where you belong, just tell me or reach out to Director Chung so that we can let you know. And then from 7 to 7:30, we're going to have a dedication service with our worship team and praise team. It's a very delightful moment. So I want you to be involved and like praise to God at that time. And then we're going to dismiss at 7:30. Okay, this year theme is Rainforest Halls. Do you remember what the last year's theme was? Was that true? Yeah. She's actually a camper, but she still remembers the theme thanks to you. So this year is Rainforest Halls. And as you saw, as you went through all the the aisles at the basement, you saw lots of decorations, right? So let's go deep dive in that. So as always, we have call outs, right? For all the campers to be involved actively, we need your help. So what does that mean? So Pastor David will call out for the leader, group leader, or station leader, sort of calls out, God is our leader. Then you should call back, said, wow, God, with the campers. Let's practice it. So I'll say, God is our creator, and you say, wow, God. After that, okay? So God is our creator. Yeah, that's good. So that's the day one call out. And I'm not going to go details, but yeah, we're going to sort of do all the call outs every for each day. Okay, day 2, we have somebody, like that's the character of that day. So the call out is God knows everything. Let's do this again. God knows everything. Yes, you should do that way. Okay. And then day 3, next slide, please. And yeah, we have Dolly for the character, and this is one David. Yeah, the Bible story is related to David, and this one is related to the topic that God is our safe place. So, all of this, God is our safe place. Wow! Thank you. And day 4. We have an end here over here. All of this, God is love. Thank you. And day 5. So this one, we have a monkey over here, and the Bible story is about God gives John a vision of heaven. So this one gives us a message that God is forever. So all of this, God is forever. Wow! I like it. So I would like to go over what the day schedule looks like, and I would like to let you know what the room assignments for each station. So this is the time schedule, and you can see this at the back of your name tag. So it's very small, teeny tiny words, but yeah, I hope that helps you. So from 9 to 9:30 we have opening assembly. Yes. We have opening assembly. We want to keep the time sharp because like all the parents sort of drop off, but they need to pick up on time too. So opening assembly, I want to, especially for Friday, you need to be here on time. Early is better. So 9 to 9:30 opening assembly, and 9:30 to 9:35 we're going to start to travel to the station 1. And all the station is done by 10. And then another travel to station 2. And station 2 will sort of start at 10:05 to 10:30. And then so it will go through all the way up to station 4. And then you're going to come back to the sanctuary at 11:30. And then we're going to have a closing assembly at 11:30. And then closing assembly will start at 11:35 to noon. And then after that, the pickup process will be start. This is just an example from the last year, but as I already told you, this one, the schedule can be checked through the back of the name tag. And what the day 1 looks like. So you need to arrive this church like 10 or 15 minutes before the check-in process, which happens at 8:30 a.m. For day 1, especially, it's very, very busy day. It's going to be, if you're new, then you're like, you don't know where to go and you don't know what to do. It's okay, but you need. So that's why I strongly encourage you to be here early as possible. And then check-in desk will be located on the very same place or outside of the church. So you can find the registration team just right away. So you check in the desk, and then you already got your name tag, but I just did this one to get your name tag because some people miss this event. And group guide, can you raise your hand for group guide? If you don't know your name tag, it's simple to group guide. So group guide, you need to get camper's name tag at the very on the day 1. Because you need to distribute the name tag to the camper, so it is very important. So that the logistics gets really easy. And then for day 2 to day 5, we're actually starting the breakfast from day 1 to So this year we also provide you the light breakfast from day 1 to day 5. The light breakfast, you can eat it at the dining area that you just kind of went through. And then while here, you can move to a assigned station. So group guide, the sanctuary is your station. I'll explain to you later, but you need to move to the assigned station. And then group guide team moves to the and then 8:45 a.m. the registration team, you need to greet your students, and they don't know where to go because it's a new venue this year, so we need to guide all the campers and parents to the main sanctuary right away. Next slide. So when you drop off, this one is different from last year. So as you already know, venue is different, right? Like from Methodist Church, we moved to the Living Water Church here. Like from this year, we decided to drop off and pick up happens in the sanctuary. So group guide, you don't have to move down to somewhere that as you did last year. You can just stay where you are. I'm going to put all the group signs on the chair so you can stay there. The children and parents are greeted by registration team and sent to the main sanctuary, as I told you. The group guides have parents sign in the children and indicate who will pick up the children through the sheet. So the group guide will have a sign in and out sheet. You're going to kind of provide that to your the camper's parents, and they need to make sure they sign in and sign out. Otherwise, we don't know who is in or out. So then during if kids are here, they might kind of whining that they're boring. They say they're bored or it's boring. So for group guide, I think you better have some sort of like entertaining something to kids until 8:55. Then open assembly will start at 8:55 and sharp. Parking reminder. This is different from last year. You can see the color clearly, but yellow is the entrance from Arbor Street to this church, and then pink is the exit from the church to the Piper Street. So whoever drives to this place, you need to enter to the yellow. So it's a one-way. You might notice it through the parking lot. It's a one-way round. So you need to enter through the yellow, and you can go outside through the pink circle. And then volunteer parking will be directed by the parking team, but as of now, concept is you can park where the blue, sky blue, the area zone. Is that correct? Yes. So as you can see, the green area and blue area in the middle. That means you might park with the parents' car. You can park with the parents' car at the same time. But because parents will leave soon, right after pickup, so after pickup you can go to this. Then when parents left, you can park the rest of the area in the middle. As you can see, I don't know. This is orange square, well, rectangle. That's the recreation team area. Yeah. So that is recreation team area. So you need to make that space empty, totally empty. We're going to sort of block those spaces, but just make sure that you must not park that area for a recreation team. And also, I would like to sort of notify you is this area is sort of one way, so you need to drive really slowly because we have like small kids that you might not see like very properly. You cannot see very well, so you you need to drive really slowly, I would say I recommend like under 5 miles per hour, and then you can exit the parking lot. Okay, activity location. So please make sure after breakfast you should go to this location. So opening closing ceremony will happen here, main sanctuary. This is main sanctuary. And Bible story team will be in the basement. There's a sign followed by the orange arrow. And recreation team usually happens in not rest area, sorry. It's in the parking lot. So if there's an inclement weather, then you should be sort of relocated to other places. And then craft team is the classroom is in the basement, and you should also follow the orange arrow. And the next team happens in the fellowship hall, where you eat the pizza after this training. Pickup procedures. Pickup will happen after closing assembly, and this might be very busy or because the parents will be here. All the staff will be here, so volunteers, you should be very organized. So you should not sort of block the aisles. You can see over here. You should let parents go, and then let them pick up. You should help the parents to pick up their kids as early as possible. So at the time, like after closing assembly, we need to be very organized. That's what I wanted to say. The parents arrive at the sanctuary, sign out. So group guide, please provide the sign out sheet to the parents. Then children are not picked up. Children who are not picked up within the 10 minutes after closing assembly, then you need to come to Director John, or you can bring them to the registration so that they can be. Then registration team can sort of contact their parents to pick up their kids. And this year we don't have lunch this year as well. We have a Friday food bag as like last year. And okay. So you might already know, but for those of you who are like first this year, if you see campers name tag, there is a red sticker on their name tag. That means they have some sort of allergy, or they need to be careful. You need to be careful because they might have allergy too. So you can see them what the allergy is in their name tag. So and if you see some sort of like a urgent situation, then you need to bring them to the medical team. Medical team, can you raise your hand? Yeah. So those are the two, and they will be right next to the door where you checked in, or they might place. Yeah, there should be in the. So medical team will be the registration area. So if you see some urgent, like who's injured or who got hurt and someone died because of like very paper cup, they said, I need some help, and bring them to the medical team in the registration area. And medical team member will meet with all parents and guardians of children with allergies on the first day of check-in. So medical team needs to talk with their parents. And children with allergies will have their name testified, as I told you. Yeah. Okay, this is very encouraging news to you. Just to you. So, like sneak to the snack area and then have some snacks from the snack material. Snacking material.
It's a good news.
Yes.
We have
We
a
have a
volunteer
volunteer
snack.
snack. So many churches sort of promise to donate volunteer snacks.
That
That volunteer snacks will be located located on the table right next to the snack team. It's in the dining area. So you're very hungry.
I
I need something to boost your energy. You can sort of go along that way. You can grab one snack and then get your energy. Get from that snack. Okay? Please don't eat snacks material. It's their material. Please don't eat their material. And then the education service, this is happening from 15 to 7 at the sanctuary. And then team meeting with dinner. This is sort of repeating it, but we're using Living Waters Church, so we have responsible to use it responsibly. Meaning we need to clean up, we need to sort of use it properly, use it safely, so that we could, that's the way we sort of use it properly. So dinner and team meetings will follow the seminar in the basement or each area. So I strongly request you to finish your dinner and then meet your team. But if you can finish in time, you can bring it. But please clean up the place if you bring the food outside of the kitchen or dining area. Okay? So this is the location for the team. Bible story team, as I told you, is happening in basement. Recreation team basement also. You can see the sign on the door. And craft team also happens in the basement. And group guide team will come up to the sanctuary after dinner. And nursery team, there's a nursery right in front of when you come down to the stairs from the door. You can see nursery with the sign by the yellow orange sign on the floor. And praise team happens sanctuary. Is that correct, Sophia? Okay. And then body worship team also meets in sanctuary. Is that right? Yes. And snack team will meet in the fellowship hall. Then others can meet them outside the sanctuary, but Director John will let you know if you don't know. Safety. Yeah. This is our first year to use Living Water Church. So volunteer, please make sure everything is safe. If you do like dangerous thing, campers just imitate you. So they just follow what you do. So I want you to behave really responsibly. Please make sure that safety is the most important thing this year. Any questions? Okay. Thank you. And then next, Pastor David will get this.
again, we just give another round of applause for Ms. Pungy for this. This is probably one of the hardest things. It's hard to get people excited to learn about, hey, this is what we're supposed to do. It's very great stuff. So I just want to let you know. But for all the students here, who's going to lead this week? Please raise your hands. So I'll be, you guys your hands down. I'll be with Nikki again this year too. This will be my 13th time serving. So shout out to Claire. I think you were born right around a week before I went to serve on my first week. It's Claire's birthday today. I mention this because I've been able to see the majority of, I believe, all Gen Z. You were born around 2002. Probably seen you, or starting around 2002. I've probably seen you grow up in the education system. If you stuck up enough inside the church or the ministry, I've seen you middle school, high school, college, and now you're all grown up and you're working job now. Amazing. And now I'm seeing Gen Alpha literally going around the same time, and being able to see them go to middle school, eventually high school. And I want to be one of the youngest people serving at camp, either being the guaranteed top 3 oldest person, oftentimes probably being the oldest person. And after you serve so many times, it's really easy to think, oh, I know how to do this. I can plan a retreat in the back of my mind. Even for my own wedding, I felt comfortable kind of going to the wedding because I was like, oh, it's just another retreat. It's just hundreds of people getting together in the same spot. I think elephant control it's the same concept. So for me, leading retreat seems very easy. But then that's when God has to come in message every single time. That's what He has to remind me. He has to remind me to be humble. And so He leads me back to this passage. And as a reminder, I want to do to you as we talk about serving, as we talk about what it looks like to be humble and to be like someone who is like Christ. And so if y'all can stand with me at the table, we're just going to read you the passage, Matthew 18, 1-6. I was hoping that we'd be able to say it all together, but for the sake of time, I'll read it out loud, and then we'll walk from there. But for the reading of God's Word, the passage says this. About that time, the disciples came to Jesus and asked, who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven? And Jesus called a little child to him and put the child among them. Then he said, I tell you the truth. Unless you turn from your sins and become like little children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. So anyone who becomes as humble as this little child is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. Anyone who welcomes a little child like this on my behalf is welcoming me. But if you cause one of these little ones to trust in me, to fall into sin, it would be better for you to have a large millstone tied around your neck, be drowned in the depths of the sea. Word of God for the people of God. Thanks be to God. It's a bit of a scary verse to hang on, but we'll get there. So there's just 2 big points. One of the late points as we go into VBS serving. So the first point is the next slide. To be the greatest, we must be like children. So I can already tell some of you might be thinking, I have a little brother or a little sister in elementary school. They do not resemble Jesus. They yell, they scream, they make fun of me, they annoy me. So what Jesus is saying here is not necessarily every little child will be perfect. He's not necessarily saying little children are all these wonderful beings that you can emulate. But there's a couple of things that he's pointing out to the children that for the disciples would seem to humble them. Because for the children, I would say maybe 3 traits that Jesus sees in the children that he wants us to sort of exemplify like them. There are 3 things. First one, children generally are kind of humble. Especially back in that time, children were like property. They weren't really seen as like human beings. So no one necessarily wants to be a child. Even going through puberty, not the greatest experience in the world. You don't want to be a child and get through that again. So to be a child is a sort of very deep tradition. And yet, it's a reminder that Jesus came from the highest of highs to be like us. And that he would come here to this earth. And in that way, it's kind of as if setting an example for us to be like them, the little children. If we want to be like Jesus, we have to be like the little children, to be in a position that maybe is not that great. To be in that position, especially a little bit, being a little older, or being, an upper classman in high school, it's hard. Because you see these little kids, you see a 5-year-old, you say, hey, it's time to go. The kid says, no. You can do a lot of things that way. You can kind of scare the child. We can be like, how dare you not follow me? Let's go. It's not great. It's not good for the kid. It might not be good for you. Or if you're like me, you might think, oh, I can do this in the back. I can do this. No, it's nice. Yet, it's not really the posture of humility. It's not the posture of someone who's humble is someone who's willing to learn and who's willing to say, you're right. If you're older, it's willing to say, this doesn't seem like a job that I feel like I have to do. And yet, something as simple as cleaning up after my kids, I want to do that. Why? Because a lot of your parents, a lot of your pastors have probably been in a position where they didn't want to, but they had to be humble for your sake. So you know what? I love this kid, I love this person, I love this whole human being. To be like children is, in a way, to be humble. To be like children is also to be teachable, because again, you're always able to learn new things. As a teacher, there's always new concepts, whether you agree with them or questionable. But there's always new things that you can learn. Culture is always changing. So be teachable. Understand how kids grow up, and instead of saying, hey, I know more than you, I know better than you. So you know what? Fine. Let's see what are other ways that we can do this. What are other ways that we can learn and be open to having a new form of Bible study, having a new form of VBS. With every change in theme, with every change in leaders, you know what? Maybe I don't agree with you, but I want to be humble, I want to be teachable. The last one, children are dependent on God. So the more you rely on your experience, the more you rely on, I know how to do this because I've done this. Pastor David, I've done VBS for 6 years, you've never done VBS. I know more than you. You might. You very well might. I will probably rely on a lot of you more than you will rely on me. However, that is not to say that it's okay that our experience is good, but we rely on God. To depend on God. Again, to be like children, to be like the greatest is to be humble, to be teachable, to be dependent on God, because that's what we see in Jesus. And though, again, not all of your little children will show all of these attitudes. You will see your children and you might want to just love them gently, but be humble. Teachability. Depend on God, and you can serve this little child, and you can serve people as well. And I think that's what's going to help us to be great in the ways that we serve. And I bring this up because we think of VBS, and it might just be something that you do every year. It might just be one thing that you're used to doing this. And yet there have been many testimonies of people who have gone to VBS, who have gone to church for the next 15 years of their life. But they're able to hear and go to church one day, like, I've heard about this. And the things that we do here at Mass, the ways that we serve, that we teach these things, for us, it might seem like, this is old you. Yet, this is oftentimes one of the experiences that people will look back and say, yeah, God's told me. Or maybe someone told me about God during this time. And that becomes a very sort of important time for them. So, whether we're an adult, whether you're over the age of 18, or whether you're under the age of 18 and you're serving, be humble and let's treat this time and let's give VBS the sort of effort that it deserves. Because this is an important initiative, this is an important way that not only do we get to share about Jesus with the kids that go to our church, but we get to share about Jesus with those who know nothing of Jesus. For them, all the good news that is kind of home to us is youth in that. That's experience, that's something that we can give them. It's a hope that we can give them because maybe hope is something that they don't have a lot. Maybe VBS is the way that they serve. But I also want to go to the next point, which is to be the greatest, you must not stumble others. That verse scares me a lot. As a youth pastor, that if I stumble any one of the little one of these to be led into sin, that it's better that I would tie a whole millstone around my own neck and I would throw myself into the ocean. That's how much Jesus cares for these little kids, the little children. And it's not the scary thing of saying, hey, look, if you cause any one of your kids to sin, you're kicked out, you're straight to hell. That's oftentimes the message that can be communicated. And so sometimes we get too scared of that message and we say, you know what, we only want to think about it. We only want to think about how great it is serving these kids, but I do have to let you know, as someone who's serving as well, there is still a very heavy weight calling that we're called to do serving at these VBS. We can have fun. We can, laugh. We can, get to know these kids great. But just know that this is a serious mission. Just because we're working with the youth, just because we're working with kids that we know from our church, just because this is something that we've done every year, doesn't make it any less important. Doesn't make the stakes necessarily any less weight. So know that to be the greatest, the way that we act, the way that we guide others, the way that we joke around represents sort of the churches, these kids. It does matter. So luckily, we do have grace. Luckily, everyone who ever stumbles someone were to have a millstone tied around the neck and thrown into the ocean. Pastor Bay, gone. Pastor Beck, gone. Pastor Kim, gone. Pastor Son, gone. Pastor Boy, gone. Every pastor, gone. Every parent, gone. That's why we have Jesus. That's why we have the grace. So it's a hard thing to try to hold together. We have to understand this is a waiting calling, and yet I am still one. And yet there is still grace. As we serve, we got to hold these things together. And again, humility goes into this. Because we realize there's just so many ways in which our actions, even if we don't mean it, can communicate them. So be humble, be aware of what's going on. And also, rejoice in the fact that we do have a loving Father that we get to worship. Rejoice that though this is the standard, yet there is still a grace that God gives us. And a quote that has always helped me was when another pastor looked at me and said, David, those in the ministry, we go through grace like rocket fuel. If you drive, gas prices are terrible. Planes waste fuel. Planes go through fuel really fast. So that's to say, David, especially those who are Christian, especially to those who are in ministry, grace gets used up. We burn that fuel fast. The good news is that we know God gives us everlasting grace. We know God, we believe that God gives us everlasting fuel. So take VBS seriously, at the same time, rejoice when we get to share about the love of God, we get to share about mercies and the joy, what it means to have saved. What it means that God is love. All the time. Not all the time. No, the call out. Wow. God is love. I appreciate the effort. Praise God. Yes. So, listening. We're trying. So, all that to say, the two things to be the greatest is that we must be like children, humble, to be the greatest, and also not stumble others. VBS is this place that we get to learn to serve with humility. We get to serve with joy. And it's also a place where, especially for those of y'all who are middle school and high school, you are both the little ones that we cannot stumble with adults. You are both now know the responsibility you have to face of what it looks like to not stumble. So if you can pray with me, we'll close out in prayer, and then there'll be a quick little training session as well. So Lord, we thank you for this day. Lord, we thank you that we get to serve at VBS. It is a time that we get to hang out with our friends. It is a time that we get to decorate. It is a time that we get to use these gifts. Lord, more importantly, it's a time that we get to love all the people. Whether it's all the students, whether it's people in our church, whether it's people in the community, loving one another. It is a place where we can experience, remember, and share your love for us. So, Lord, may we take this responsibility seriously, and may we also know that we are in the hands of the loving Father. Help us to carry both of those things in mind. May we be humble, may we be teachable, may we depend on you, and may we not stumble these other kids. May we do our best to make sure that we're not leading others to sin, whether we need them. Lord, we look to you, the God is Lord, we look to you, God, who restored. We look to you, God, who gives grace. Be the one that will lift us up. Lord, we thank you in your Son's name we pray. And so next, we're going to go through a couple other things. If the first beginning part was logistics for what are we doing throughout the day, this is in a sense what should we be doing for principle-wise on a day-to-day basis. So some of the things we'll go over is the role of the VBS staff, what it is like, what are some things that we should keep in mind as we work with the students, and what are some general house rules. And I might, chances are I won't read everything on the slide because I hope everyone here can read, but I might just point out specific things that we should be aware of. And so next we go to the role of the VBS staff. Just like the church is made of the body of Christ. Just like the church is made of the body of Christ, the body of Christ has many different functions. That's what we all are like. There's praising, there's fasting, there's worship, or body worship, and there's snacks, there's all these things, and yet we all make up the body of Christ. So the goal of the VBS staff is that we work together for the main goal in the different areas that we're in charge of, which is that the students will have a better understanding of the gospel. And that's what we're all here for, whether it's for us or for the students that we get to serve. Next slide. What we're not here to do, you're not here to sound intelligent, tell kids, I told you so, to brag about everything that you know about the Bible. That's not our primary job. It's something that's useful, but we're not here to be the smart ones, necessarily. We're not here because we're the ones that's going to change the lives of all of these kids. We're here because we want to be faithful. We just want to be able to serve these kids in a way that hopefully they will know the love that we're trying to give. We're not the ones that are going to change the lives. God is the one that's going to change the lives. Let's leave that job to him. Third one, kind of thing is sound intelligent. We're not primarily here to be an all-knowing Christian, although it helps knowing more as a Christian to share things. But the expectation is not that you're going to be all-knowing. Lastly, your primary job is not to be the best VBS staff. It's not to say, hey, remember back in 2026, that was the greatest staff in the world. We're here because we want to serve. We're here because we want to share about the gospel with all the students that will be coming, and to share the gospel with one another. So how can we do this? Easy. Main job, we love the students, we do our best, we are faithful, that's all we can ask for. You will make mistakes, I'll be fine. But are you at least giving it your best? Are you getting back up when you do mess up, when you do make mistakes? That's what we're asking. So let's help the students as best as we can. And so, a couple things that we talk about working with the students. Be careful how you talk to the students. Don't use fear. I've used fear a lot. I've yelled at a lot of people. I have a loud voice. If you grew up in MCC, you probably heard me yell at you, your group, or everyone else there. I've learned it's not the best method in the world. I've tried to reduce my yelling, my screaming, because I realized fear is not the best way to motivate students. It's actually a horrendous way. It's effective, but not really. So don't use fear, don't be yelling at the kids, don't be scaring the kids, but rather be loving, be uplifting, because we don't know what the kids are going through. So you can be encouraging, but maybe some students, it's going through a rough time. You say, you know what, I respect that. I'm going to ask that you at least follow along with us, but we give you the respect that you deserve. And be uplifting because maybe the students, they just need encouragement. Don't encourage them, obviously, and be honest, be vulnerable. This one might not be super relevant to everyone, but to be honest, be open with one another. Things are hard, It's fine. And I think the kids will also, in some way, be able to respect and understand the honesty that you're approaching with. The kids there, they're a lot more insightful than what you might think. Next, be careful how you talk to your students. Be careful not to be CRC. I don't think anyone here wants to share heresies, so I'm not going to think that you guys are like, purposely doing bad things, but there are some things that you don't know answer-wise. You say, I don't know, that's the last one, I'll get back to you. But try not to, teach something that you're not sure where it comes from in the Bible, but you're just sure that something mentioned it. Someone asks you a question, you say, hey, I don't know, let me get back to you. Let me give you God's words to work with. Let me give you something of substance, as opposed to my own opinion. Because in our best efforts, if we do that, sometimes we do it to teach heresy. Or we just teach something wrong, so to speak. Then just be cautious with your emotion. I love emotion. I'm an emotional man. With anger, with frustration, with sadness, with happiness. I sing ballads and I yell at cars. And I smile a lot. But emotion sometimes gets the best. So, if you get emotional, if you know that you're angry, step back. Give yourself some space and some time. Ask someone else to help you, and we'll do what we can. Let's careful how we talk to your students because they're the people that we're trying to love. Next, watch how you treat them because they will reciprocate the way that you treat them. So if you're bored and if you're angry at them, they'll be bored and angry at you. So, do your best. Try your best. Just to give good energy. Help them to teach them things in a way that they might understand. And if you don't know, then at least try with the way that you might understand better. And then be like, hey, how do I understand this? How can I then communicate with this child? That may be a good way to think about things. Have grace, be gentle, be slow to anger, watch your ego. Recognize not everyone grows the way you did. If you have a great youth pastor, praise God. Not everyone does. That's not true. If you grew up not knowing anything about the Bible, so assume that no one has taught them any Bible. They might know more than you. It's okay, be humble. But do what you can. For the troublemakers, you're not allowed to yell, physically touch, or berate your students' weird words. If you need someone to yell at them, let me know. I will yell at them. But in a loving manner, because somehow I learned. But yeah, try not to yell at your students, try not to hit them. One sort of encouragement is to use the what, why, how system. So you ask them, you let them know what they did wrong. Why it's wrong, because a lot of times we only say what is wrong, we don't tell them why it's actually bad. That's probably something that a lot of us have done to you before serving. So I apologize in advance. We're really late for that. You have to communicate to the kids why what they're doing is wrong. Or else they don't know, they're just angry at them, they're just scared. Then three, tell them how they should or how they could be acting otherwise. So that they have to understand the way to understand, oh, I don't have to do this, I get to do this. You literally just open up actions, their thought process. But if we did all these, we did your best, and after speech choice or whatever system we work out in our head, you can always send the students to me or any of the other pastors, and we'll talk to them, and we'll give the appropriate amount of discipline that they might need. Next slide. Favoritism. We are human. We're going to have favorite kids. Reality. I can tell you until I'm out of my voice that, we're not supposed to have, we're going to have favorites. We just gotta accept that. However, it's important how we actually show this. We don't want to make it so obvious that we only care about one kid. Because other kids will pick up on that. So even if we do have favorites, try not to at least show it. Make sure that all the kids in your group are getting loved. Make sure all of them are at least being acknowledged and understood. Try to pay attention to all the kids. Because again, it's fine if you have favorites. But the problem is we show that too much. So do your best. That's what we're asking. And don't tell the kid that you're the favorite, or that they're your favorite. That gives the kids an ego as well. Or it gives them more expectations have to live up to. That's not always great either. So again, favoritism, the kids can sense it, and so the way that you show, the way that you act in front of the kids really do matter. Does matter. Next things, only handle against Orgo. Safety. Don't hit kids. No wrong housing. I don't care if you're wrestling. I don't care if you know the kids. You don't know all the kids. All the kids don't know who you are. Therefore, the safest thing, no wrong housing, no hitting kids. If you guys, in whatever fashion, inappropriately hit, touch, or do anything to these kids, we will talk to you. We will investigate you. And if we do care about the safety of both you and the students that will be coming. So, we'll have to please keep that in mind. Don't think that you're beyond being investigated if you do something wrong. Next, food. Try not to bring your own food, and especially don't be giving food to kids that you don't know, especially the things that are not approved, because kids can unfortunately go through really bad things. Let's say that you don't know that the first snack you're eating was made in a factory that also makes peanuts, and the kids have allergies to peanuts. You might not need to give a kid anaphylaxis, but that could happen. Tragic incidents do. So the safest thing, try not to bring your own snacks. Eat the snacks that are here that are meant for you, not meant for kids. And also, do not be giving food to kids, especially if you don't know everything about their whole health history. This is just the safest way forward. Because again, we care about the safety of people. Try to be aware of where your kids are, and don't leave the church grounds with the student because you're at that point almost ultimately kidnapping. So unless parents know, unless you have explicit permission, everyone should be on church grounds with their students, and you should know where they are. Next, serious issues. Forget confidentiality. Try to honor that to the best of your ability. Don't be going around telling other people secrets. Don't say, hey, my kid told me that he likes this girl, that he likes this guy. You're breaking trust. It might be fun to gossip. It's not worth it in the grand scheme of things. But some things that we do have to be on the lookout for, even for the little student, which is so tragic to think about. Some students might show signs that might share hurting themselves or hurting others. That doesn't matter if they're snitching. We have to know. If the kids talk at all about unaliving themselves, we legally have to know. Those things you must snitch. But the things that are not serious, the things that are not deadly or literally at risk for harm, those things, to the best of your ability, try to keep the confidentiality between the trusted people. Same applies for when you try to share things with people at CRC and after you share with your pastors. Similar things. Other house rules really quickly. Next, be on time. It is not great when people don't show up on time. You think you're the only one showing up right at that same moment? You are not. Trying to be here 50 minutes before Thursday is not that hard. Just try a little bit. Try to show up a little early because things come packed. There are like 70, 80 of you all together with the kids and the staff. Those things come to so try to be on time or early if you can. Maybe 10, 15 minutes. Make sure you clean because this might not be your building, and this is a place where we want to respect both the people here as well as the building. Because someone has to clean it up. So if that can be you, please let it be you. Phones, we're not taking your phones from you. However, if you do stay on your phone the entire time, you don't care about your kids, we're taking your phones. Or we will hold on to the phone till the end of the day, we'll get back to you. And then we might ask you not to bring it the next day. Dress code, just wear your VBS shirts. If it's sticky, if it's smelly, wash it, dry it, it's fine. We're not here to show skin. It might get hot, it might get a little nasty, but to the best of our abilities, just try to wear your VBS t-shirts, but we're not going to go too far down that. And then use the sermons, just know, hey, does this seem like something that might be problematic? Ask a parent if you do. And then problematic staff, again, there are adults here. If you do break the rules multiple times, or if it doesn't look like you're actually here to actually serve, we might talk to you and be like, hey, there are problems. Let's discuss it. And if it means that you end up not serving or you end up not volunteering, then that's what we have to do. So get there. But to end with a couple words of encouragement, again, don't teach things that are wrong. However, just do your best. Right? No one knows the Bible perfectly. I don't know the Bible perfectly. But that's where we can be humble. That's where we can say, hey, we want to learn as well. So it's okay if you don't know everything about the Bible. It's okay to let the kids know that you might not know everything. It might give a good example. And so it shows that you want to learn from them, and that it might inspire them to want to learn. It's okay to make mistakes because God's grace is for you as much as it is for the students. You're not alone, so ask all the people around you for help. And the people, unfortunately, if you're here, don't seem to be too helpful. There's at least adults that hopefully can be helpful as well, or the other way around. Sometimes the adults are the ones that aren't helpful. The students, your peers are the ones that can actually help you. And lastly, there will be times where you question if God is working. He is working. He just might not be working the way that you think that he should be. But let me tell you, God is better than you. God is wiser than you. God is smarter than you. So we trust in God. And again, we might not see the fruit of what we do for another 15 years, and maybe you never hear about it. But we're not here to get results. We're here to be faithful. We're here to do and partner with God. And who knows? The grand scheme of things, maybe having will be able to rejoice. We'll see the little sister that showed up that we knew nothing about that kind of got lost. Maybe it will be a voice reunion where they say, yeah, I remember you preached the gospel to me that one time. And that was what started my life in the way that pointed towards God. So, all this say, you will question if God is working, however, don't worry, God is working. So with that, we're already 12 minutes over. I apologize for that. If you have any other questions, please ask me, please ask Ms. Meng, Ms. Hong, or Director Help, and we'll do the best that we can. So with that, we want to do.
Before we go, I want to inform you, actually this is very important. This year, the t-shirts, the campus t-shirts and volunteer t-shirts, your colors are all the same, actually. So, if you might get this bandana, if you don't, please reach out to me or Director John, because this one and the name tags are the only one that we can distinguish you as a volunteer. So if you didn't bring this bandana or you didn't bring name tag, this is really issues. You might be considered as a camper. So please wear it. Visible location. So Abby, can you that's the throw away and that's really good. This one also good. But not on the hands, like on the leg. It's not suitable. So please wear proper. Okay? And then bring your name tag all the time. If your t-shirts are very nasty and it's very sticky, it's okay, but you need to make sure your bandana is with you and name tag as well. And then after dinner, you need to eat with your leader. So I will call the leader first, and you can follow the leaders after that or the dinner. And then please make sure you should be here at 7:15. I know it's a little bit delayed, but let's do our best. Okay, so how about the leader? And if you see the name tag, you know where you belong. So follow that. If you don't know, please come to me. Okay, let's start with the Bible story team. So Bible story team, we have a pastor, but we have another leader, Joseph Song. So please stand up. So please Bible team, stand up and follow him and have the dinner with them. Okay? And then you can have a meeting with them while you're eating dinner. So Bible story team, follow him. You can go down. Bible story only one. Okay. Bible story team, and we have worship team. So worship team leader is Abby Lee. So can you stand? Yes, Okay. So worship team, Abby said they're going to stay here first. So please come to Abby, and then craft team. And Susie, you're the leader, right? So can you stand up? And then you can follow her if you're a craft team for dinner. Yeah, you can go down. If you're a craft team, follow her. Okay, next is group guide. So group guide leader, our supervisor is Minister Wang. Can you stand up? And our pastor Matt is also the supervisor. So if you're a group guide, please follow them and have dinner.
먹고 연습할 건가요?
네, 너도 연습하고 그런 다음에 저 가게 이거 연습 한 다음에 제가 그때 가야 되나요?
Next is recreation team. So Joel
이따가
is the leader.
밥 먹고 나서 올라와서
Please
찬양
follow
하나요?
him.
하는 거 같아요.
아, 그래요?
그 VBS
Next is snack team. Snack team leader is Chris. Yeah, so you can follow her.
와이프 지금 멕시코가 출장 가야 돼가지고
And the nursery team.
아, 저 그냥 이거 육아 할 때. 그래서 저는 목요일 아침에 볼 수 있는데 그냥 근데 이거는 되게 쓰고 하니까 그냥 촬영팀에서 아무 애들이 그냥 이걸 해라고 그냥
여기 번호에다가 셋업 해놓으시면 그 번호 누르면 자동으로 다 셋업 되지 않나요?
이 믹스는 separate 믹스는 아니고 이게 모니터 믹스. 그래서 separately 하는 게 여기 씬으로 가시면 저 벌써 씬 해놨어요. 그래서 이거를 VBS 클릭한 다음에 go로 하면 바로 세트. 그래서 VBS 아니면 그 다음 주 주말에 그 교회를 할 때 여기 가서 씬으로 store new 하면 그 living water 씬으로 세이브했어요. 그런 다음에 그거를 세이브할 수 있고 VBS 할 때 그냥 VBS 그게 그렇게 근데 되게 신기했어요.